well, I'll have to tell them they're not allowed to go and make it into a game themselves, but hopefully they get that idea anyway. Hopefully they want to make their own stuff. But it looks pretty amazing, I think. Got some mild parallax going on back there, so it actually looks like those trees are in the background, which is always fun. And of course the whole building. I still need to do the placement and whatnot, but yeah. Anyway. This is the other thing taking up, well, actually one of the other things taking up all my time. There's sort of a bigger one that I'll talk about on here, but it exists. Alright, anyway, so I was realizing earlier that I was playing with the dot stuff, or Stratus, you know, get stuck using that old name, and realizing that it's kind of fun to play around with things that you built, right? Okay, so to play with GUIs, you need to go into 2D mode. I'm going to disable the loading panel so that I can see what I'm doing. Alright, so our canvas is set to 920 by 1080. We're going to adjust everything by height. I'm still having issues getting things to just sit on the left hand side, but I'm going to try to do that. Yeah, it's, I mean, Unity GUI and before it NGUI are amazing because GUIs are always tedious to build, and they really remove a lot of the tedium, but unfortunately GUIs are always tedious to build, and so no matter what, it's going to be a pain in the butt. Oh, you know, I don't want to. There's always, yeah, there's just no avoiding the tedium. I think, let's see, so this is the bridge panel. I think I'm going to bring this in as a panel and then set that as the backdrop. I think that's going to make the most sense. Tedium. I probably don't want it to have just a, oh, I need it. There we go. That's what I wanted. I want a particular aspect ratio. Thank you very much. Yeah, the trick is going to be, let's see, I'm going to keep the aspect ratio actually. Just, that thing is pretty nice. It controls width. Yeah, it should be good there. Okay. Now, I believe this window is set to be 1080. So I'll just set everything to true. Can't tell. Alright, whatever. So I'm going to set everything up in that upper left corner and then I'll start working on sizing. So I'll probably just do it like that anyway. What do I want? I think I want just that. This is where it gets fun. I need to make sure that those numbers match up. So anyway, I'm going to get everything else in there. And then we've got the build panel bar, so let's bring in another panel. This one is going to be the build. Tedium. Oops. Always grab that one. Nope, grabbing it again. Alright, that didn't matter. Let's adjust this anyway. I'm going to set it to the same width and then put it just below this. Oh, no, I can't do that because I got some buttons that I need to bring in. Which, I might actually want several panels. Yeah. Huh, alright. I might make several of those. What is this? I need to see how the whole thing fits together. Oh, look at those cool fun icons. How exciting. Oh, bother. Alright, let me get a real application out. Occasionally try to do art. I need to see if I can get this license transported over to my Windows box, because it's better. But I'm nowhere near as good as the folks over at Hollywick who are actually doing the work here. I'm going to try to work through this browser quickly. Yeah, I can probably do it without showing anything I shouldn't be showing. Did I change? I did change the name of Stratus, didn't I? Yeah, there it is. Oh, I like this new organization. You know, sometimes you just need to reorganize things because it just doesn't feel right, you know? And it makes you feel fresh and new and invigorated with life. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, I'm going to have to play around with these colors. It's got a nice blue tint to it. The grass is funky, though. I don't know where that oh, was that right? I'm trying to figure out where that panel line or whatever it was goes. I'm not seeing it though. Oh, it goes on top. Doesn't it? Is that what it is? I need something that holds that. Let's see. Do I have these components? Yeah, that's that piece. That's the like the mini map. I guess that's that piece. Okay. So I kind of need to decide. I'm not going to have multiple panels. That's silly. Or do I? So there's two options of this, right? So I could have multiple panels, each hiding beneath the other, and create multiple copies of this. And then the panel instances, these things right here, as I'm putting them out, would, I'm just going to leave them for now. Those would end up selecting which of the panels are being shown here, right, among the set. The other option is just to have one panel and you change the contents. I think I'm going to go that route for now, because that feels like the better choice and the less annoying choice. But I'm not sure yet. I don't think I'm actually going to need this page thing though, because I don't know. I think I can fit, I should be able to fit 9 icons in there. 9 unit icons. And I don't remember, well, yeah, I don't remember how many units, or how many icons, or how many objects there are per set. I'd be surprised if there were more than 9, but I guess if there are, then I can have multiple pages working. That's fine. Yeah, okay. So I think I'll just set, let's see. I'm going to create a new panel again. This one's going to be an empty panel. Maybe. I actually want to be the right size. I'm going to have to resize all this anyway, I think. Huh. Oh, I might have to play around with that. It's odd. It's like that one doesn't actually fit inside. Oh, now it does. Yeah, it's weird. Oh, look at that. I'm going to do that on all of these. What the heck did that go? Alright. And that makes it a little easier to sort of pick the right size, I think. Okay. This one's still going to be an empty. Get rid of this image. So I just want an empty panel to work with. Ugh, size is not correct. Tuning. Oh, it's hard to get that stuff right. A lot of pieces that look exactly the same. I don't think I need all these. Maybe we can duplicate each of these. Oh, well, I guess I've got, let's see. How many middle sections do I have? I have one. Okay, so I have the left side, the middle piece, and the right side. Yeah, okay. And I need to build sun. So I need 4 of them. I need, I'm gonna go ahead and build those as buttons. That's probably what I want. Yeah, but yeah, I'll work with it. Alright, splice swap. Don't need text. I love that set native size. That's new to me. Beauty. I seriously don't have enough room. It's alright. Make it work. This will just be an image. Specifically, it'll be that image. Can I get that to align? Oh, because it needs to be inside there. So these little these little angle pieces pick the corner and everything. Right now, I'm not going to worry about scaling so much. Just trying to get the size of everything correct. That feels right. Okay. I like that it latches. Small hooking. Okay, I'm gonna leave that there. And this I'm gonna move up. And the render order, let's see. So I think if I just stick it up here, yeah, okay. That almost matches what's over here, but not quite. Could it be that far? Yeah, it might be that far. Feels like I'm a little off on the edging there. Alright, that's good enough. That's not good enough though. I don't like that. don't like that little blue line going down the bottom there. Doesn't look right. I need to make sure this guy's set to the top corner. That way I can change the sizes. I'll worry about scaling it to different display sizes later, but for now, I'll set that. I may not actually bother, because if you get a... Yeah, see, look at that. It's already off the screen. I don't understand why. This thing is supposed to be like on target. Oh no, it's adjusted it now. Okay, everything's pretty. It's in the right spot. Okay. So now we have two middle pieces. So I'm just going to duplicate these buttons, and we'll do. I think since rain is next, of that, and most likely wind's going to come after that, and then thunder. Thunder gets the last one. These names may change, but nobody's going to see these other than anybody watching this video for the little while that it lasts. So, no problem. I didn't actually fix this bright swap too. So, this is the pressed version. I don't have a highlighted version. And this one gets to be the tail end. Use that. Alright. So that one will go here. And that one will go here. Oh, we got the wrong order. Actually kind of want, well, yeah, I'm going to have to play around with the draw order. Okay. That seems like the right amount of overlap. Well, no, I need to probably actually go in there and use math. 40.5, 108.5 sounds wrong. Well, 100.5. Nope. How about 110.5? Okay. So that is 70. So that would make this one want to be, okay, 180.5. That's good. And then another 70 is 250.5. Now let's see if that's enough. If we have room, nope, sliding off the edge. Alright, so we need to, this one has to hit the edge. It's kind of there. We've got some sizing issues. I wonder, if it's a scale issue. And that could be, I could scale these guys a little bit. Not a lot though. Alright, how about, I'll bring this guy in. So the scale looks, I'm going to make the scale look right on the right hand side. Interesting. Okay. Gooey stuff, man. It's a thing. So that would mean I actually need to pull it in a lot further. I need to have a lot more. No, it's not going to work even then. Huh. Alright. Because it's still too wide. So I'm going to undo that because I'd rather just leave those other guys where they were, because that seems like a reasonable width. I assume, I don't know, honestly. I think that's going to work out okay. I shouldn't probably spend too much time on these guys yet because I don't know that it's going to work right. Let's guess again. So I think I can get away with maybe not. Make some guesses about where I want to be. Seriously, I came back to 108.5 again. Yeah, that really looks correct. Alright, so that is 68. So 68 plus this would be 78. Oh my goodness, look at that. 77. Alright. Feynman. And then, no, that one's still not right though, because 78 plus, let's see. No, 76. 76. That's what's wrong. And then we want, so 68 plus 76 is 248. Yeah, we got 245. What happens if we move it 3 pixels? No, that's too many. Subtract 1 pixel from each. No, I am not going to be able to do the math right now. I'm going to leave it like that. So it's going to be slightly off for the moment. Do I want to have those overlapping? I think I do. So I think I actually want this panel to be like that. Mostly. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at my coloring. No, that's good because I want to go to sleep sometime tonight. And so I'm going to go back to Flux. So Flux just set that for me. It's actually setting a halogen type setting. Which amazingly, you know, you think like this seems like bogus. It totally works. Is that okay? Sure, why not? Actually, I think I like that one being on top. Okay, so then we're going to build bring in the last panel here, which is the map panel. That is, what is that? What does that say? Empty slot. Yeah, we don't have any of those. I guess that's, no, that's, I don't know what that is. Rain. Cool. I think that'll look okay. Yeah, I like that orange style. Yep, that's my last panel. Okay. Set native size. My new favorite button. Where'd you go? Right there. I can totally expand on these. A little bit. So I want that, I think I want that to go all the way to the bottom, right? I've also got the option, I can put some space in here. That's gonna look nice too, honestly. Oops. Alright, I don't know why it's not locking in, but that's okay. Probably because it's got all kinds of overlap. Gutters are good. That map doesn't seem enough, though. Like, this map does not seem like it's gonna be big enough. But I think I've been meaning to actually put some zooming characteristics in there and some extra guides for like where you're looking with the camera. It used to just be a static image. I mean, it still is for the time being. Alright, save that bad boy out. Got a bridge panel, build panel. I need to add the build controller, or the bridge controller. I'll have to get that later. Well, actually, that's the next step, so I'm not gonna, let's see. Switch screens here, take a look at, oh, that's my other one. That's, there we go. So we are currently working on these GUIs right here. Bridges are coming up soon. I need to fix a few of these things before I can get all that in. I try to make sure the priest is able to go in and gather resources as I reconstruct all of this. But we're getting there. It does make you wonder though, am I actually going to be able to hit the deadline? Got so many other things going on. Yeah. Makes me wonder. Technically, well, I said at one point I was almost half done. I realized I had a few more small things to do in there, but in truth, I'm going to be probably perpetually half done. These last two don't really matter for the next release, and I will probably make them without, or I will probably make the next release without these. Quite possibly, I might not get sacrificed in there. So, we're getting close. I mean, the game's getting there, but it takes some time. Let me go ahead and start building the next panel. It seems like these are so short, how do I get anything done? So my selection panel shows me who's currently selected, referred to as other things. But that's actually what this is. I don't know if I have the right backgrounds. Is that a PNG file? What are these? I don't remember what this is supposed to look like. Is this in here too? No. That one I'm going to have to track down, I guess. Ooh, come back here. Alright. Oh, that's a spell selection thing. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to have that right away. Or at all. I can put that in there. Certainly some magic when it comes to this. That is not balanced. I don't like that. I'm going to have to balance the empty space there. And I'm going to have to do it by sight. I cannot deal with that. It's got to be off center. Well, maybe. I don't know. I'll probably change my mind, but I mean, come on. You gotta have some balance. You gotta have some like visual balance, right? Because technically, I'm trying to show you with my hands. That's stupid. Oh my cow. Can't believe I just did that. So really, we're looking at a screen that cuts right here. And so this is the screen that we're going to care about. Did you notice that the mouse changed? It's because Unity handles mouse incorrectly now, or mouse cursors. It's amazing. I finally put the mouse cursors in without fighting with it. Having to do a software mouse cursor. Okay. Yeah, but anyway, so that's really the square that I'm centering on. Because that's the one that we're using for real. So I could probably figure out the math to get that centered, but I'm going to do it by look because I can. Yeah, so my thought here is that this will be the... I mean, we've got the priest bar. We might just leave that. Alright. We've kind of gone... So our discussions in the past have been that this would always show the priest. I was tempted to reuse this bar that it's actually whoever you have selected, and that's why I called it that. Because these functions could be for other pieces, right? So say you're in a workshop and you want to build something, and you click it, and then it gets sent over here, right? That's still a possibility. This game actually has a very MOBA feel. It was invented before MOBAs, or it came out before MOBAs were invented as a gameplay concept. But the priest is really like an individual fighting unit that you send out and can do stuff with, potentially. I mean, we're kind of changing it that way. So I think the original game you actually used your golems that way, and we're actually making it so the priest does that, is responsible for all that stuff. Which is a pretty cool thing, I think. I mean, it's going to be a pretty interesting and innovative experience when it's all put together. But that means that we kind of want the priest to always be relevant in the sense that he's always down here. Even though he may not always be the center of your screen, so you know that's the difference with a MOBA. You're going to be building other things and selecting other things. But I think we'll probably end up with... yeah, I don't know. Not sure what those menus are going to look like. We're definitely not going to have the rectangular text menus because those look terrible. And they look like, I mean, they're great for 1997, but you can't have small little text windows where you're reading things anymore. It's all about the images, baby. I'll move this over for now. I think I'm about done. Because it's hard to talk and think, even though there's a lot of not thinking happening. So I'm gonna leave that bar there, but it's not gonna be implemented for quite a while. I'm actually more worried about these, so I want to get my resource. So the resource manager all comes down to this. So I've got this big class that handles all the resources, and its display is this one little box. But then I'll have the bridge manager here, the builds, and then I'll actually need a map display of some kind too. The UI controls. And I think I'm going to end up doing that. So I'll talk that through while I'm here. So this player instance should have been created by the game manager. I'm going to have to look at that and figure out why it's not being done. So the lobby is actually responsible for creating that. You see, we go over to the game manager, which is an implementation of lobby, and we have the player instance. That's not right. Player instance is there. This should be human. Or no, that should be... dang it. Well, that's part of the problem, so it's grabbing the wrong player instance. I wanted to grab this one. And then this should be human control. So we should swap between the lobby prefab, which is this. That's your little island floating island guy. Or actually, no, it's not. It's like some kind of controller, and your floating islands in there too. When you're in the Stratosphere, right? Oh, I think I changed the name to Stratosphere. I should probably change that too. Yeah, and then so your game manager, when the game starts, should actually be swapping these two, right? So it should be instantiating this guy to replace this guy, and setting a bunch of stuff up there, right? Mostly, actually, set a bunch of stuff up. It sets this value, what player it is, and then when it's fully loaded, this should also come in and then get created as well. And this, the human control prefab, is going to be what connects up with. Just gonna have to go. That's going to be a bit of a pain, but that's fine. Actually, I may drop that in. So I've done that before, where battle menu, I think, actually it actually contains a canvas. It's rendering itself over here. Problem is that the canvas doesn't always work quite right. Maybe it's because I've got screen set. Anyway, so it pops in and ends up being like overlapped a little bit, and there's all these kind of weird issues there. But regardless, I might end up doing that, so I might end up bringing these guys in with the control, which means that, you know, again, another good thing is that they don't show up on the server, so the server isn't wasting any time. I'll say that. keeping track of these kinds of things. It's got a loading menu on the server, but I'm going to go ahead and pay that cost because it's a pretty cheap cost. There's not a whole lot of painting, or I mean, you know, not a whole lot of textures. The server also has to pay the cost for some of these other things too, in terms of memory, I mean. But I'm willing to sacrifice a few megabytes for my laziness. But these are actually, you know, it's a good 10 or 20 megabytes. If I get the server's memory consumption down to, well, again, 10 or 20 megabytes is going to be a big deal. I think I'd like to get the server's memory consumption down to like 250 megs while the game's running. Because that means they can run like 8 copies in 2 gigs, or probably not quite, but if I can get 6 servers running on a single Amazon instance, that's a good thing, because we're doing authoritative servers and I need to be able to run several on a single instance, and they shouldn't have to work that hard. I mean, the game computationally isn't that big a deal. It's mostly about the player just putting things down, and really a lot of the verification and whatnot happens on the client side. The AI is going to be a big deal though, and that's going to be server side. So, yeah, that could be more expensive. That might actually take up more than, you know, being able to run 6 on a single instance. Yeah, well, hopefully it's worth it. Yeah, so these may actually end up becoming part of that human control prefab and going into their own canvas. All of these. Ooh. But first I'm gonna leave them there for now. It's pretty to look at. And the nice part of that is that then inside the human control prefab, when I actually create these connections, like the bridge manager and the build manager, I can point to locations inside these panels. So I'll create slots here within the build tab, and I'll create, you know, locations within the button. And then I can just set those variables inside that control, inside that prefab, and then once it's created, all of those controls are already connected, so I don't have to go through and try to reset them manually, or through code and scripts, which would be a nightmare. I don't know, you know, kind of tossed up. Yeah, I guess I could see putting icons out on the individuals. I mean, we have the ring menu as it was. We sort of have a replacement ring menu now, and it's within the code. It might work okay. It might work okay. Alright, I'm going to stop rambling to myself. I think I'm going to stop broadcasting. Allow me some time to, oh, look at that. Hotkey. Allow me the time to think through what I'm doing. And I'll get back to it. Alright, thanks for tuning in.